manufacturing facilities and offices across the country and around the world. The life's blood of our business is information. If a customer needs to know something, the information must be available immediately. We succeed or fail according to the accuracy and speed with which we communicate. In this program, part of the Westinghouse Productivity in Action series, you'll learn about WFS Electronic Mail, an electronic mail system that is benefiting customers, dealers, and everyone at Westinghouse who needs to communicate. Electronic mail is a simple, fast, and efficient way to reach people across the ocean or across the hall. But why use email? Why not a phone call or a simple handwritten note? First of all, neither phone calls or handwritten notes are all that simple. We've all played telephone tag, the game where the one you're calling's not in, and when your call is returned, you're not in, and round you go, and sometimes for days. Or maybe you want to call another time zone, and you have to start figuring out if it's lunchtime there. When you do reach the other person, you have no real record of the conversation other than the notes you've scribbled on your yellow pad. When you use the mail to communicate, you have to wait for the mail to go and come again with a response. Days are lost in the process. But you do have a record of what you've sent if you remembered to make a carbon or a Xerox. And suppose you want to send a message to a dozen other people, maybe to announce an open house or a meeting. Duplicate letters are expensive. Duplicate phone calls take hours of valuable time. Electronic mail puts you in the network so that you can reach as many people or as few as you like. Email is a computer-based communication system that combines the ease and immediacy of telephone communication with the good record-keeping of handwritten correspondence. And email overcomes problems of time zones and telephone tag. You can send a message to London when it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here, but the middle of the night over there, and be confident that your message will be read as soon as their office opens. And you can save important messages with a few keystrokes, so that days later you can go back and pull out important facts and figures. How does email work? Basically, it's one computer talking to another over telephone lines. Even if you don't have Westinghouse specified computer equipment, almost any other computer will work, even the laptop computers that our field reps carry. With these portables, any place with a telephone can become an office with access to manufacturing status and electronic mail. Our computers are linked together through a public data network called Telenet. What that means is that just about anywhere in the country, you pay for a local call instead of a long-distance call. Calling Hawaii from New York is a local call. It's hard to beat that kind of economy, even with regular mail. Telenet has local facilities in all 50 states as well as international links. You call Telenet first, they use their electronic highway to link you up to the computer room at the Westinghouse Furniture Systems corporate headquarters in Grand Rapids. The Westinghouse computer is like a central post office and main library of information. All calls come in here and are appropriately matched up and sent out again. Oh, by the way, you can call Telenet anytime, day or night, 24 hours a day. But the Westinghouse computer is unavailable for a few hours in the early morning before you come into work. Let's sit down at the terminal and use HP Mail, and you'll see how convenient it is. To use the jargon, the first thing you do is log on to the system. The logon procedure serves a couple of purposes. Obviously, it serves to route the calls to the proper host computer, but also the logon serves to qualify the caller and provide a certain degree of security. Only people with the right passwords and codes are permitted into the system. We'll talk more about passwords in a minute. To log on with most PCs, you key in the local Telenet number. A small phone book is available to give you all the local numbers a little more quickly than the white pages. When you've linked up with Telenet, you'll see the word Connect on the screen. Press Return or Enter 3 times to let Telenet know you're ready to go further down the electronic highway. Then you'll see an @ symbol. Now type in the code, C space 422222, and press Enter again. By the way, this system always waits for a return or enter signal before recognizing what you've typed. The C space 422222 code gets you from the Telenet highway into the Westinghouse off-ramp. Now you'll see a colon appear. A colon means the Westinghouse computer is waiting for you to make a request. Now you type hello, space, your assigned dealer or customer number, comma, field.bus account, and of course you press enter or return. Now you'll see a greeting from the system, a friendly welcome. The system will then prompt you for one of 5 pre-arranged passwords. Before logging onto the system, you will have filled out a form which lists 5 questions. Your mother's maiden name, your first love, your kindergarten teacher's last name, your favorite film or recording star, and one other word of your choice. When you fill out the form, it's recommended that all passwords be entered in uppercase. Now, although the computer will randomly choose one of the 5 questions each time you log on, if someone discovers one of your passwords, there is a chance that your information will not remain secure. Now, be sure to remember your passwords. Westinghouse keeps no log of your passwords and cannot remind you of forgotten words. You'll have to fill out the security forms all over again if a password is forgotten. Now, before we get too far in this process, let me suggest that you use the caps lock key on your computer keyboard during the logon process. The caps lock ensures that you're using caps all the time and all your codes and passwords will be consistent. Notice that when you type in your password, you don't see anything on the screen. This is also a security measure. If someone happens to be looking at your monitor, they won't see your password on the display. If you make a typing error, no problem. The system will simply ask you to re-enter your password. However, if you make 3 password errors in a row, you're dropped out of the system and must re-enter. Now you've arrived at the Westinghouse Information System menu, the first intersection on the electronic highway. At this point, go back to caps plus lowercase, which is a little easier to read than caps alone. On this menu, you'll see several choices. For electronic mail, we want menu selection number 3. So you simply type 3 and enter. Now you'll be prompted by one more personal password to get into electronic mail. This word is also decided upon when you fill out your initial security paperwork. You might use the initials of your department, your business, or dealership. Again, you won't see your password on the screen. This last personal password is the only one which you may change at your discretion. By selecting the administration option of the electronic mail menu, you can and should periodically change your personal password, adding another layer of security to your communications. There you are, ready to begin communicating. All this logging on procedure takes much longer to say than do. After 1 or 2 uses, you'll be logging on in less than a minute. The first thing electronic mail shows you is how many messages have been received and if you have appointments or reminders on your calendar. Below, you'll see a list of 10 menu items from which to choose. You'll almost always choose item 1, the in tray. You receive and send messages from the in tray. Press 1 and then enter. By the way, if at any time you're not sure what to select or how to command the system, you can type a question mark and enter. The system will then list all your options and explain how to learn more with the help command. The in tray shown has 6 message items, and 4 of them have not been read. Only the 4 new messages are listed. To list all 6 messages, simply type the letter L and enter. Notice the key information about the messages: the subject of the message, the sender's name, the date the message was sent, and the status of the message. From this list, select the message you want to read and type in the word read, or just the letter R, followed by the number of the message, and then enter. Here, we want to read 5. Notice that every message item has at least 2 parts. Part 1 is the distribution list to whom the message is addressed and who received copies. Part 2 is the message itself. Electronic messages are generally short communications rather than multi-page documents. However, the system is capable of handling messages which need more than one screen of words. To read multi-screen messages, you simply press Return or Enter to display the rest of the message. Suppose you want to reply to message 5. Simply type Reply 5 and Enter. Part 1, the distribution list of your reply, is automatically filled in because the computer knows who sent the message in the first place. Your reply will go to the sender of message 5. Type in your reply. Unlike a standard word processing program, HP Mail does not word wrap. You're required to hit the return key when your line of typing approaches the right edge of the screen. If you make a mistake, simply backspace and type over your error. Do not use the arrow key as a backspace key. On most machines, the arrow keys will not even work. When you've completed the reply, press Return and 2 slashes. The system will tell you your reply is ready to be mailed. Type Mail or just M and press Enter. To originate a message, rather than just reply to one that already exists, start from the In tray, type Send, and Enter or Return. First, you will be prompted for the subject of the message. Type in the subject and press Enter. Then, you'll be prompted for the names of the recipients. If you misspell a given name, the computer will offer you a choice of names which have similar spellings to the one you've entered. You may also enter more than one name on this distribution list and generate carbon copies, blind copies, or special distribution lists that you've created ahead of time. By the way, special distribution lists that you've created are a very efficient way to announce a meeting or make an inquiry of a group. You may also choose to blind copy yourself if you think you'll need to refresh your memory in coming weeks. Next comes the text prompt of the message. As you type each line, remember to press Return or Enter before you reach the right-hand margin. When you're done, a return and 2 slashes end the text portion. Now the Mail command finishes the process. Type M and Enter. As you can imagine, you could build up quite a list of messages sent to you over a period of time. No one else will clean out your in tray, so it's up to you. To reduce confusion and save a little space on the Westinghouse computer, you can move messages with important facts from your in tray to your file cabinet. Messages which do not warrant saving can be deleted. To delete, simply type D, the number of the message to be deleted, and press Enter or Return. Electronic mail is a very complete system, capable of lots of useful little tricks that can't be covered here, but are easy to learn. Customers that use electronic mail find that it's an inside track to the status of ongoing projects, a quick way to confirm colors, specifications, prices, availability. It's almost like having Westinghouse people working on the customer staff. Our dealers use electronic mail to get closer to key company people and to respond more quickly and factually to customer inquiries. On every level of the company, Westinghouse Electronic Communications is productivity in action.